Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome back to Market Insights with Linux, and welcome to this new video in which we will do a full technical and fundamental, to a certain extent, update on the Google stock, right? Or Alphabet, whatever you want to call it. We're going to do a full update. We will spend most time talking about the technicals, but the key reason why I wanted to cover Google in this video and today is the news that we had yesterday, all right? Yesterday, Google and Sundar Pichai, the CEO of Google, posted about a major breakthrough in quantum computing. And quantum computing, of course, fundamentally is super interesting. That's going to be one of the major innovations in the 21st century. And yesterday we had a breakthrough where they actually had some sort of, like, I'm not going to go in depth about the technicals, but they actually used their new quantum computer hardware, I believe, I should say that correctly, to actually fulfill a task, I think at like 80 times or 100 times the speed and the efficiency as a normal algorithm, right? Which is normally software and not quantum computing. And it was an actual, specialized task. So it wasn't all theoretical. A lot of the headlines you see about quantum computing are all theoretical. Oh, if we use everything correctly, we can do this that much more quick, etc. But this was a real task, something that has, some sort of value. It's very specialized, right? Which we'll talk about in a moment. But a real task that they actually managed to do much better. Now, that has caused some more volatility and volume for the Google stock, which is pretty interesting because, as you can see right here, since the 19th of September, Google stock has been consolidating. So the question I had is, okay, fundamentally, is this enough to potentially, cause the stock to break out and rally up higher? And I would say at this point of time, the answer to that is no. We can still break out, but I don't think this news on its own is enough to break out. It's great news, all right, and it's a taste of what we will see more often in the future. But ultimately, it is so specialized, right, that it's a step in the right direction. But if you consider it like a marathon, right, this is a kilometer or mile 10. Right, or maybe even a little bit less. So yes, we're on the way to finish the marathon, but this is too early to really see a major impact caused by this, right? At some point of time, quantum computing is going to be so far that practical applications will be that close or within reach, that prices will react, and that we will see, the best company in terms of how far they are with quantum computing rise above the others, but it's too early for that. Now, purely technically, look, we're getting a lot of headlines right now. I would say technically we actually do have a chance for Google to break out, right? Equities, as you can see, have been relatively stable. That's good. Oil prices are rallying. I'm not too happy with that, but ultimately the volatility index is relatively stable. Gold is also stabilizing, as expected, by the way. So ultimately, I do still think that Google can break out, but for now I think it's more likely we'll stay in this consolidation right here. And then the key level to watch is, I would say, $255. We've been able to deviate above that once before. If we are able to get a high volume breakout above that and actually hold it, so that is not what we did earlier this week, but if we're actually able to hold it, we can still rally up higher, right? And I'm going to be conservative and say that my next price target is 265. We still have a major technical level from a couple of years ago there, so I'm going to name that as my first price target. But obviously, if we break out now, the uptrend continues, the 4-hour uptrend and the 12-hour and the daily uptrend continues. So then we could probably rally up higher. But no, for now, like I said, I think it's great news. I think it's another reason why you should accumulate Google stock, but I think it's more likely we will stay in this consolidation for now. And then potentially we also have earnings coming up next week. Maybe after that we can actually get a breakout, but I'll keep you updated on that. That is what I think you need to know regarding the news and Google stock in general. So if that helps, let me know. If you want more videos on the Google stock, let me know as well. But that's it for now. Thank you for watching. Have a great day, everybody, and bye.